20 years ago, my father, Richie's father, was selling the business that he started, selling building supplies in the United States. And he said he wanted to get involved in philanthropy. But he didn't really know how to do that. And my brother Richie suggested he go to the Clinton Global Initiative to learn about philanthropy. And while he was there, he met a lady named Ann Heyman, who was starting a youth village in Rwanda, and invited him on a trip to Rwanda. As he was selling the business, he said, the company will buy it or they won't, I might as well go to Rwanda. And he fell in love with the continent. It was his first trip to Africa, and he made some observations. He said, the big groups, they can get funding, but there's plenty of smaller groups, local organizations that have great ideas and great projects, but they have no shot of being found. They can't get the CGI. So I'm gonna focus my philanthropy on the smaller groups, and maybe we can set up a community where they work together, and if they start doing a good job, more people can get involved and we can grow the effort. And that was his initial vision for the foundation. And it's just amazing to see how far we've come in those 20 years. Now I feel like I'm standing on the stage of Clinton Global Initiative here. And it was 12 years ago, I think at our first convening in Africa, we couldn't even get a microphone that worked. So, there has been a lot of progress with our community, the foundation, and really, I just see it all over the continent. I'm really excited for the future. So I really want to thank everyone for their hard work. I'll start with the board of directors, if they can just stand up real quick. Thank you all for your tireless focus, and the family too that we have here. It's my daughter Elin, the next generation, and we'll have some other family members here later. Of course, all of our partners and other partner funders that we've all worked together on this journey. Thank you guys. But most importantly, the team that put this together, the Segal family team, I think they're the best leadership team that I've ever worked with. And And I have a couple businesses and do a lot of investment. We're some of the largest private equity firms and institutional investors in the country. And I say, well, when they ask me what I do in Africa, I said, the leadership on this continent is above any of these other entities, and that makes me really excited for the future. The team did a tremendous job putting on this event, but really they just work nonstop to really pull this community together, to make everyone's efforts to multiply them. And it's really special, and the family, my father, and everyone is incredibly appreciative. And I'm just grateful to be a part of this journey and be part of the next beat. And I think when we look back in 20 years, just like I can do now from the beginning of the foundation, because of all of our efforts working together, I think it's going to be incredible what everyone's going to accomplish. I think we're going to work closer together, and there's all kinds of great new technologies, AI, things that we don't even know yet that are really going to help everybody. So one thing I keep hearing is, should I focus on AI? And I'll tell everyone in a room, yeah, you should probably incorporate AI into what you're doing, whether you like it or not. It's going to be helpful, and it's going to be empowering. So for the past decade, every crisis the world has faced has been an invitation for philanthropy to act differently. We live in urgent times, and many of you in this room have shown yourselves to be the most capable, imaginative, and visionary leaders to meet those challenges. That is why we believe in the power of this gathering, a vision my father set in motion 20 years ago, and one that remains ours and yours today. I'm sure that we all agree that the best solutions for a thriving African future are gathered here now. What they require are shared visions, trusting relationships, and reciprocal bold commitments. This year we marked 20 years of Segal Family Foundation. 2 decades of nurturing a community and ecosystem of visionaries, experts, and creating long-lasting solutions for their communities. We're proud of how far we've come, and we also know that what got us here won't get us there. In our next beat, our foundation sees convening people to imagine and build forward as vital. It is the responsibility of all of us gathered here as donors and doers to bring the capital and connections to strengthen the infrastructure for this continent's self-authored, thriving future. So on behalf of the family and board, we cannot be more excited for the foundation's next chapter as we carry forward my father's legacy. Thank you very much.